Hello students, welcome back. In the last class we learnt nouns and we also learnt the concrete nouns and the abstract noun. I told you that under concrete noun we are going to understand common noun, proper noun, material noun. Okay, and afterwards we are going to understand countables and uncountables. I told you what are nouns, children? I told you nouns are the words that functions as a name of a thing or set of things, okay, that refer to person, place, animal, thing or an idea. Clear, children? I gave you many examples of all these. Then I told you the difference between concrete noun and abstract noun. What are abstract noun? The things that we cannot smell, touch, hear, okay, so and see. So those things are known as abstract noun, okay, like feelings, right? Bravery, intelligence. I gave you several examples of abstract noun too. Now what are concrete noun, children? Concrete noun are the things, refers to the words that we can see, hear, touch, smell, right? So the things that can be felt through sense organs are known as concrete noun, and the things that cannot be felt through sense organs is known as abstract noun. Now I also told you under concrete noun we are going to understand the difference between common noun, proper noun, okay, and we are also going to learn collective noun and the material nouns. Now we begin with proper noun. What is proper noun, children? A noun, proper noun is a noun that identifies particular. Please concentrate on the word particular. Particular person, place or thing. Like there are many countries. But if I name a particular country like India, is that clear? So if I am naming a particular country, then it is a proper noun. Otherwise, if I am not naming any country and I am just using the word countries, then it is a common noun. Am I clear in this? Then things can be anything, right? Then places, if I mention a place zoo, it is a common noun because I am not naming a particular zoo. But if I name a particular zoo or a particular park, then it will be a proper noun. Few examples of proper noun, children. James came to my house. If I had said a boy came to my house, then it would have been common noun. But as I am taking a name of a particular person, that is James. Okay, James is a name of a particular boy. That's why it is a proper noun. Paris is a beautiful place. As I told you, if I do not mention any place, any state, any country, then it is a common noun. But if I am naming a particular place like Paris, then it is a proper noun. Let me also tell you, children, that proper noun is always begins with capital letter. Clear? Like here, James, the J of James is capital. The P of Paris is capital. Then I ordered a dress from Amazon. Amazon is the name of a particular company. Clear, children? Now here I have capitalized the word A of Amazon. So what I want to say is that we always write proper nouns or we always begin proper noun with capital letters. So if I would have mentioned I ordered a dress from a company, then there was no proper noun in the sentence. But if I am telling I ordered a dress from Amazon, Amazon, I am talking about a particular company. So when I am talking about anything particular, then it comes under the category of proper noun. We are going to play basketball in Prospect Park. We are going to play basketball or baseball in a park. Then it would have been a common noun. But as I'm telling you that as I'm naming a particular park, Prospect Park, right? So both of them, Prospect P and Park P, both of them are coming under proper noun. Clear, children? Then Indian Ocean is a vast ocean. Now here, Indian's I and Ocean's O, both are capital and both will fall under the category of proper noun. Clear? Because which ocean? Indian Ocean. So Indian Ocean here is a proper noun, children. Clear? I am again telling you we are always going to begin the first letter of proper noun with capital letter. Clear? And what is proper noun? When we talk about a particular place, particular thing, particular person, when we are talking about something particular. Clear? Then we will then they will fall under the category of proper nouns. cat Fluffy is close to me. Now here, Fluffy is the name of a cat and both of them will come under proper noun. Clear? Because I am talking about a particular cat and the name of that cat is Fluffy. So here it will be proper noun. Am I clear, children? I told you, I am repeating my words. What are proper nouns? Proper nouns are those words when we talk, refer to those words when we talk about particular person, place, animal or a thing. Clear, children? So, and second thing that I told you was that proper noun will always begin with capital letter. Clear? Now coming on to common noun, children. A common noun is a noun that refers to people, thing or a place in general when we are not talking about anything particular. Clear? They are very common. We are talking in general. Clear? We are not pointing out towards anything particular. Clear? So when we are talking about something common, it is common noun. Example, my sister came to my house. Now here sister is a person. Am I talking to my particular sister? No. Clear? So it will be a common noun. He likes to ride bikes. Now here bikes. Am I naming particular bike? No. Bike is a thing. Okay. Now here I am not naming a particular bike. So it will be common noun. Had I mentioned a particular bike, the name of a bike, okay, then it would have been proper noun. But as I have not mentioned any particular company of bikes, so what will it be, children? It will be a common noun. Moving on, next is my favorite newspaper is Dainik Bhaskar. Now here newspaper is a common noun and Dainik Bhaskar is a proper noun. When I am telling newspaper, I am just talking newspaper, right? So it will be a common noun. But when I am naming the newspaper Dainik Bhaskar, it is a proper noun. Clear? Now, boys are playing. Now, boys here are common noun because I am not talking about particular boy. Okay, I am not talking about anybody in particular. So, when we are not talking about anybody or anything in particular, it is known as common noun. Children, once we finish with all these nouns, the kinds of nouns, then I am also going to give you exercises and you need to identify concrete noun, abstract noun, common noun, proper noun and so on. So we are also going to do the exercises. I am going to send the exercises on WhatsApp group. So you need to identify the various kinds of nouns. Clear, children? Till now what we have studied is, I have told you what are nouns, okay? Nouns are things or set of things, okay, that are person, place, animal, thing or idea. Clear? In previous class I also told you the difference between concrete noun and the abstract noun, right? I told you concrete noun are the nouns that can be felt through the sense organs and abstract nouns are those nouns which cannot be felt through sense organs. Clear? Now today I taught you that the difference between proper noun and common noun. What is the difference between proper noun and common noun, children? The difference between proper noun and common noun is, please listen carefully. Proper noun talks about particular person, place or thing. Clear? And common noun talks about general person, place or thing. When we are not talking about, when we are not naming any particular person, place or thing, it is known as common noun and I have given several examples of it. Children, when you make notes, please be sure that you add 5 examples more other than what I have already given. Okay, practice few more examples. Make few more examples, okay, then frame few more sentences of as examples of common noun and proper noun. Moving on, next, children, collective noun. Now here collective noun refers to the group of people or things or animals. Clear, children? What am I telling you is, when we talk about group of people, things or animals, they are known as collective noun. Now we are not talking about individual thing, right? We are talking about group. Clear? Now what kind of groups have I mentioned here? The whole family was at the table. Now family is a group of people. Am I clear in this? Now when we are not talking about people individually, animals individually, or things individually. When we are talking about groups, then it is known as collective noun. Clear? As I told you, as I have given the example of family. Now here, what is family, children? Group of people that live together is known as family. So family is collective noun. Few more examples of collective noun have I written here. The cast of actors, the group of actors is known as the cast of actors, right? A choir of singers, a group of singers is known as choir of singers. The brood of hens, the group of hens is known as brood of hens. The group of cubs is known as litter. Okay, a litter of cubs. Why have I mentioned a litter of cubs? Because when the cubs are in group, it is known as litter of cubs, right? A kennel of dogs. Clear? The group of dogs are known as kennel of dogs. A sloth of bears. Now the group of bears are known as the sloth of bears. A caravan of travelers. Clear? When several travelers walk together, it is known as caravan. A bowl of rice. When we have rice, okay, so much rice in a bowl, then we call it a bowl of rice. A pile of newspapers. Now when we have many newspapers, one on the top of other, it is known as pile of newspaper. So all are the groups. Whatever I have mentioned here are the groups. Now for homework, you have to mention 10 more groups. Okay, 10 more particular groups which are very common. Am I clear? So here collective noun talks about group of anything, person or animals. Is that clear? So when we do not talk about anything individually, we talk about groups, then it is, we talk about a group, then it is a collective noun. Okay. Followed by material noun, children. Material noun refers to the material of which a particular thing is made. Clear? Now, if I talk about a sari and that sari is of silk, then silk is the material of that sari. Clear? So it will be a material noun. What is the material of the sari? Silk, right? So silk here will be material noun. Few more examples have I written here. Silver. We talk about, we talk about ornaments and that they are made up of silver. Then what kind of material are the ornaments made up of? Silver, right? So silver will be material noun. Iron. Okay, iron instruments. Clear? So what are the instruments made of? Iron. So iron will be a material. Cotton clothes. You all must have heard about cotton clothes. The clothes which are made up of cotton fabric, right? So they are known as cotton clothes. So here cotton is a material, right? Then diamond, you must have heard about rings and other ornaments made up of diamond, right? When the things are made up of diamond, then here the diamond is the material. Then plastic, of course, there are so many plastic things. Okay, there are so many things made up of plastic. So the material here is plastic. Clear, children? I'm now again repeating what we have learnt in this lesson. Okay, I told you what are nouns. Nouns are things or a set of things which refer to person, place, animal, thing or idea. Clear, children? Now, in previous class, in the last class, I taught you only the difference between concrete noun and abstract noun. Okay, I made it very clear that what are concrete nouns and what are abstract nouns. Concrete nouns are the things that we can touch. Example, I can touch this pen, right? So this is a concrete noun. I can touch this board, so it is a concrete noun. Okay, I can touch myself, so I am a concrete noun, right? Now abstract noun, as can I touch happiness? No, it can only be felt. Can I touch intelligence? No, it can only be felt. Can I touch bravery of someone? No, it can only be felt through their actions, right? So when we can only feel and cannot touch, smell, taste, hear, then it is abstract noun. But under concrete noun, children, I told you we are going to understand proper noun and common noun, the difference between proper noun and common noun. So what did I teach you today in the difference between proper noun and common noun? I told you proper nouns are those nouns which when we talk about particular person, place or thing. Clear? If I am talking about any river, then it is a common noun. But if I am talking about a particular river, then it will be a proper noun. Clear? If I am talking about any ocean, okay, then I'm not naming it, then it will be a common noun. But if I talk about Indian Ocean, then it will be a proper noun. Clear? If I'm talking about any country, it will be a common noun because I'm not naming any country, right? But if I talk about India, it is a proper noun because I'm naming a particular country, isn't it? So, if I'm talking about any monkey, then that monkey is not a proper noun. But if I'm talking about a particular monkey, Toto, okay, then it will be a proper noun. Similarly, I have covered common noun in this, children. Common nouns are those nouns which actually, when we are actually not talking about any particular person, place or thing. Boy, girl, chair. Okay, we are not talking about any particular thing over here, right? Zoo, park. Clear? So when we are talking about something in general and not particular, it is known as common noun. Clear? Then I also taught you collective noun. When we are not talking about anything individually, we are talking about group, right? Collection, it is known as collective noun. I have mentioned few groups over here, okay, and I've also asked you to write few more groups. Clear? Then material noun, anything, everything in fact is made up of some or the other material, right? And when we talk about that material, when we identify that material in a sentence, it is known as material noun. So that's all for today's class, children. I hope all nouns are clear to you. In the next class, we will be talking about countable and uncountable nouns, okay, and few more things about nouns. Clear? Thank you.